Hey guys, welcome to Resin, Texas. I've got a pen holder that I need to do. Plus, I've got some other stuff sitting out that I'm going to do also. But I'm going to get this poured first. I've already got all my colors and stuff sitting out, so that'd be one step that we don't have to sit and wait for. I'm using Let's Resin's regular set epoxy, and I'm going to make up 10 ounces. This thing right here, I know for a fact holds 10 ounces. So I'm going to put my B in first. How's everybody doing? And when you check to see if you're how much you got, you need to get down eye level with it so you know exactly, and make sure that you're exactly right with what your measurement should be. So make sure you're down eye level with it, or if not, your ratio is going to be off and your resin won't cure. And I'm going to give that time to sink, because it'll go up to this line right here. Well, I did go and get my eyesight fixed so I can see better, guys. It was literally they had the side of it, because I wear bifocals with the no line, and what they did, they had my bifocal part at the very, very bottom. Like, yeah, not even supposed to be there, right? So they literally had my glasses all kinds of messed up. So that's literally why I couldn't see. So they had to send in for new lenses and fix the lenses, because they messed up by not doing them properly. Because now they, used to, years ago, which is funny, but used to years ago, they measured, your eyes with like a ruler or whatever. And now they don't do that. They use iPads. Like, I mean, do you know how wrong an iPad is? Like, seriously? Well, we know they're wrong, because I went back to the eye doctor and they checked my lenses, and they were completely off. yeah, it was bad. They had they didn't have even amount the amount correct. It was supposed to have been a plus 25, and they had oh, what did they call it? They call it something. But yeah, there was nothing, like, and I'm like, what in, yeah. That's I went to Walmart to get my lenses because they're, of course, always cheaper. Um, I mean, even though I had insurance, it's like, your insurance only pays so much, right? We all know how that goes. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up and let that sit there for just a few minutes and let that kind of drain out a little bit. This is regular set, so it's not that, don't have to get in that big of a hurry. I do have my cups out. I have my colors. I'm going to go ahead and stir this color because I'm going to use this one just so I can, like I said, I'm trying to get rid of these that are in this jar because I can't, yeah, I just, I mean, they're leaking everywhere. But yeah, if you go to Walmart to get lenses or frames, they don't, um, or according to our Walmart, they cannot tell you any more about your frames, whether they are too big for you or any of that. Um, because some lenses, I mean, some frames, they're too big. They'll go too far back behind your ear, and it'll make your ear sore, and it'll make your ear hurt. Well, they can't tell you that anymore, according to the Walmart here in our town. I'm like, okay, well, this will be the last time I use them. I will go somewhere else from here on out to get my prescriptions done. But yeah, they which when I went to them for my lenses, they of course, they used a tablet, and when I went in last week, I think it was last week. Yeah, it was last week. When we went in last week, or the week before, whenever it was, um, they to get the new lenses. Well, when I first went in, they um they did it and measured me by the stupid tablet. Okay, so here's your warning here. Don't let them use a tablet. And then, so when I went in this last time, they um used the old school, where they put the things on your face, and they put your glasses on there, and they put them the measuring tape on there, and yeah. So, and they came back perfect. I mean, literally, when I picked them up today, they were like a difference between daylight and dark. Kid you not. And they were trying to say, "Oh, well, that's the lab." No, that would be the person that was doing the measurements. Is who that would be. Which, granted, I mean, it wasn't the person's fault either, because I mean, they're doing what they're supposed to, because if they're supposed to use, that's what they're doing. They're trying to do away with going by the old measurement style, and they're going straight to tablet, so the tablet can do everything for you. Well, that stuff's not 100% accurate. Which, granted, people aren't either, but I would rather take my chance with a person than with a tablet. But I mean, they fixed them, but it was just the side of it to where I had to wait longer. But no, anyway, we got that taken care of. So that's a wrap on those. Except for I do got to go to take this my one pair. I don't know, um the for some reason the nose piece is like sticking to my face like super super bad. And today I went to take them off or something because my eye was itching or something, and I went to take them off, and I mean, they literally had stuck to my face, and I'm like, what in the world? And then on top of that, it pulled skin off right along with it, and I'm like, this, yeah. So, and I think it's just the nose pieces. I think the nose pieces have just got to be readjusted or whatever, redone. Probably better get a better one. Okay, so I'm gonna go around, and I'm gonna stir my sides and my bottom, because I know that there's got to be, yeah, see all those striations in there? Can you see all that ribbony? That's what you don't want in your cup. So you're going to mix until those are all gone, scraping your sides and your bottom. And when those are gone, then you know your resin is mixed. And I hope y'all can see that. All those little ribbons in there. Yeah, that's what you do not want. And while I'm thinking about it, if you guys haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. All it does, it helps my channel out. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free of charge. It just helps me to grow. And I really would appreciate it. And make sure to hit the like and share. And drop me a comment in the comments. Let me know, which, where you're from, where you're watching from, you know, that sort of stuff. I mean, even if it's just to say hi or whatever, you know. Okay. Now we're mixed. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate this because I have 3 colors that I'm gonna be doing. So I need enough for my 3 colors. So it'll be what it's gonna be. It's gonna be white, pink, and teal are my colors. So I'm gonna do pink, this I'm going to use for the white. Because I'm trying to make sure I get even amounts. I'm going to move that before I spill it. Could push this out of my way. Okay. I think I need a little bit more for the white. And then I want a little bit of clear, so I'll take some out of this. I don't need a whole lot, but I need enough. I may take some of that out of here too, because that looked like an awful lot of white. Or it did to me anyway. And that still may be way too much white. I'd rather have more pink and teal than I do I mean, I want the white to show, yeah, but I mean, without the white, you know. And that's probably good for that. So I'm just going to scrape this off in this cup here. And then I'm going to start mixing my colors. And we will get to pouring this bad boy. Okay. I'm just cleaning my stuff as I go. So that way my hands don't get all icky and while I'm touching, stuff, I just don't. Okay. It is literally 4 o'clock in the morning here, guys. Can you believe that? And I have not been to bed. And I'll probably be up all day. Okay, I need, nope, I wasn't doing that one, but I am doing this pink. This is the pink I've done, and the rest of them. Let's see. I might as well just use this big stick. Okay. I don't have much of this pink left. This is also a Baltic Day, I believe, pigment paste. Or, well, it was actually mica powder. I made it pigment because the ones that I liked is what I made pigments of, so they would last longer. But they actually finally came out with pigments, but I don't necessarily know that. I haven't really looked at the colors. I have them, but I just don't know. I don't know if they're all basically the same color as what I've gotten before. But yeah, they do carry the pigment pastes now. Back when I first started doing this, they didn't. All they had was just, the regular mica powders, which, back then they were kind of an off brand, which to me, I think they still are, but I mean, I've liked their pigments ever since I first bought them. And now I think a whole lot of people's buying them. So they're getting pretty known now out in cyber world, with everybody on YouTube. One person does one thing and then everybody follows. I think that's just the way it goes. And that's still a little bit too light for me. So I'm going to add definitely more. But I want to clean off my stick because I don't want to put that stick in there because I don't know what part I used, either A or B. And if you guys don't know, you can make your own pigment pastes. All you have to do is basically, and I mean, I didn't even do that. I do have one, Mortal and Pestle. You can do that, and you take your mica powders and you put it in there, and you crush it real fine into powder, which it's already powder, but you want to make sure it's like really, really, really crushed, like super, super fine. And then you just make sure you have a jar with a lid on it, and you put your uh whatever 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 epoxy you have left, which usually I think it's part B is usually the biggest majority of what people have left. So whatever epoxy you have left over, and it doesn't matter. It can be fast set, it can be regular set. It doesn't matter because there's not enough there that it's going to change your ratio in your epoxy. I mean, you would have to put quite a bit. So, okay, that's good. So, yeah, you just mix your leftover resin in with your mica powder that you crushed up or whatever, and stir it real good. Now you want it kind of liquidy. You don't want it real thick. These have set so long that they've done gotten super thick on me, but it's okay. It's not. Some of them have, some of them haven't. It's not that big of a deal. But see, like this one's still kind of liquidy. And then if you notice, like when I first opened it, how the liquid was at the top, it it does that. Why, I don't know, but it does. That almost looks like a Tiffany blue. That don't look like turquoise to me. It was so funny. Today we come home, and normally, when we leave, we keep the dog in the house, right? Because with Texas heat, I don't want her outside. And I do have a doggy door because of my other dogs that I had before they passed. And but she's never used it. Never. Scared of it, wouldn't go near it, that type of thing. Come in, and we called her. Well, she didn't come. But my daughter heard her barking. She didn't went out the back door through the doggy door. Now go figure that one. She did it just perfectly fine, but she didn't know how to get back in. I'm like, oh my goodness, you silly little dog. So I don't know how long she had been out there. She wasn't panting or anything, so that's kind of good. But I don't, like I said, I don't know how long she had been out there. Um, but that little dog, I tell you, she's a mess, a mess, a mess, a mess. To be so little. And I tell you what, ever since she got spayed, oh my lord, this little dog is getting, like, we're talking chunky. I mean, it doesn't help that, we feed her chicken, and, well, she won't eat the dog food, so what am I supposed to do? Let her starve? And when she first started coming here, she was eating dry dog food. That's not good enough for her anymore. Nope. And I was gonna go start buying that fresh pet because that's what my other dogs ate. And My daughter said, "No, Mom, we're not even starting that." That stuff's pretty expensive. Because I've done the farmer's dog too, for my other dogs, and phew, Fresh Pet, man, their prices are cheap compared to the farmer's dog. That's expensive stuff, but it's good stuff though. I mean, I have to admit it is very good stuff, and it's literally stuff that you can even eat. That's how, they don't give you anything that you yourself couldn't eat. I think I'm gonna add maybe just a little bit of mica in here. Into this um into this white. Just a little bit. I'm not adding a whole lot. I want just a touch. Just a touch of this crystal white. Not that it's very crystally, but I pulled out that little heart mold because I'm trying to get, I've got some eye candy sample, you know, deals that I bought, and I'm trying to get, I couldn't find anything small, and then I come across that little mold there, and I could have sworn I've got another one just like it, but mm, I mean, you can see it a little bit. Can y'all see the crystally? I mean, it's faint, but it's there. I'm debating if I want to add a little more. Or what I want to do. And this, I don't know, that don't look turquoise to me. I think I'm going to add a little bit more. And I've got to figure out something to help with that right there, because that looks more like a green to me. I'd add a little bit of this to each one of them. Couldn't hurt. But yeah, that looks, I don't remember what color I used, which one I used last time. I know it was it had to be in the mica family, I know that. Let's see if it's over here somewhere. I wonder if it's the Saya. No. Whoops. Maybe it was this, that. I bet. I bet you it was that teal. I mean, I could add a little bit of blue or black or something to it to make it. That's just like really green to me. Okay, let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, much better. See that sparkle? That sparkly, sparkly goodness on that. Okay. So the white's done, the clear's done, the pink's done. I've got to wonder about this before I open up that teal. You know what? It can't hurt, right? I don't know if it's going to do anything, though. Considering how I've already got that color in there. But we will see what to happen. Oh, I hate these lids. I just got a puff cloud on me. Major puff cloud. Yeah, let's see what that'll do. If it doesn't do anything, I'm gonna have to add, like, I don't know, some kind of color. Okay, we're starting to get there. Make sure you stir your micas real good, because if not, they will probably float to the top. No, there ain't no probably, they will. So you want to make sure you got all your mica stirred up. Okay, I'm going to let that sit for just a minute and see if there's any that's going to pop up. And I am going to try adding a little bit of this to this, because I'm almost positive this is what I used last time. Because, I mean, this is really the only other color I have. And then I'm going to add quite a bit of this, because this is so green almost that and I really don't know how to make it, like a turquoise, because I don't think you want to add black. That's going to make it dark. And of course, turquoise is not a dark color. I'm just going to call it. I think that's I think that's good enough. I'm not gonna, it's all gonna be mixed together. It's not really the right color I'm looking for, but I don't remember what color I used the last time I made one of those, but it's fine. It's just for me. It's just for like all my tools and stuff, really. So it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Alright, just out of my way. Let's pull this closer to me. And I know y'all can see because I got y'all zoomed out good. See, I thought of it. I thought about it. Gonna spray your mold real good. You definitely want to get down in all these little nooks and crannies. Yeah, didn't spray it good enough down in there. And I'm probably gonna have to either wind up buying me a new mold, which these molds, I swear, when we first started buying these, they were like $7 or $8. Now they want $16.99 for them on Amazon. And I was just, while we were waiting with what we were doing, I got on Temu because I was actually looking for some those holographic molds that I did in that video. But I threw them away because they were horrible. And so I couldn't find them, so I was just on there shopping. And okay, so what I do with this to marble it, I just literally take, then I go like this. Okay. And then I'll go, yeah, let's go this color. And then I'll go white. And then I'll do a little bit of clear. And this is really just to keep it off from kind of mixing, is all this is for. I've got leaks. Well, not leaks, but I've got drips. So I'm going to start doing this with my fingers. Okay. And then I'm going to go, whoops, didn't want that much. Sure didn't want that much. Because I ain't sure got to have enough for, that's going to be pretty though. If it turns out right, the way I'm hoping it's gonna turn out marbled. It's gonna be super pretty. And I'm so not used to pouring with my left hand. I pour more from I'm right-handed. But that one wasn't too bad. I'm trying to go easy because I know I've got to get, well, I know it's all going to fit. It's just a matter of getting it's all definitely going to fit. And the side of my face is itching. Go figure. Did I just do turquoise? I think I did, didn't I? Okay, and then here goes the white. And like I said, there's no rhyme or reason. No, there's no kind of pattern. You just kind of zigzag, dippity do, whatever you do. You just you can drizzle, or however you wanna, do it. Here I go, changing back to my right hand again. And this is why I do my left, so I can clean my cup. Ooh, too much, too much. What are you thinking, woman? Apparently I wasn't, was I? I should have started with the teal because I had more of that than I had of the pink. But it's all gonna equal out. We're just gonna wind up ending with teal, and that's okay. Not a big deal. I probably ought to skip the white this time as much as I put in there just a second ago. I'm not gonna put a whole lot. And I'm gonna save that little bit of clear for a little bit later in this pour here, because I definitely want to get yeah, no, I poured a little more in that one, but that's because I had more of that than what I've got of anything else. So, but like I said, there's no really no rhyme or reason to which way to do it. You can pour it however, whichever way. Just, I mean, that's what I do, is just go in here and pour to your little heart's content. Now, granted, I mean, I kind of, zigzag it, and I don't just pour it like in one spot. It seems to do better if you kind of zigzag, or whichever way you want to go with it. I don't know why that's not wanting to flow down side of that mold there. I'm going to add a little bit more of this because I have more of this. Then, like I said, I do up the pink. I'm trying to level the playing field here. Guys, I really thought that I was going to be able to do them other molds, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay awake to do them. I mean, it's almost 5 o'clock my time, so I mean, people are getting up and getting ready to go to work. And I've got to get at least a couple hours sleep, or I will be no good. I will literally sleep for days, like at least a whole day. That's how my routine goes when I don't Oh, my hands are just yuck. Thank God for this little dispenser that I need to probably fill back up. This way I can wipe my hands. Not that it did me any good because I just stuck my fingers all in that. Oh, wrong one. I need the clear. Okay, so I am going to drizzle. Not a whole lot, but enough to keep it from merging together, hopefully. But yeah, this mold, I mean, literally everybody started buying this mold and they jacked the price up to like $16.99. Like, so I'm going to cast me one, my own mold that's a little bit softer silicone, because I mean, this silicone's really too, it's really too hard for what, it should be. It shouldn't be this, because it's tearing right here in the center. And I know a couple of people have already had to buy new ones because there's ripped right there in that one little area. So it's like, yeah, I ain't buying another one. Not for that price. Got to make these molds better. So I'm just gonna make my own. I mean, it's only gonna be for my own personal use anyway. It's not gonna be for anything else. So, and I did buy the mold. So I don't think there's a law stating you can't. Because if I'm not mistaken, and don't quote me on this, but I'm almost positive I heard this somewhere. Silicone molds, I don't think they can do anything about copying it because there's no copyright law on silicone molds. Now, like I said, don't quote me on that, but that's what I heard. I don't even remember who I heard it from. I want to say it was somebody on YouTube. But yeah, something about the copyright. They can't copyright a mold. I thought that was kind of odd. Cool, my eyes are burning now. And I didn't mean a boining. I literally can't even see out the darn eye to... I'm squinting. I got one eye closed. Golly, my eyes on fire. I think a lot of it's that darn alcohol. Because when I say my eye is like burning on fire, I mean, it's burning on fire. Like I'm having to keep it closed on fire. Oh, God. I think when I sprayed that alcohol, I got some alcohol in there. And right now I can't very well uh do anything about it because I've got epoxy here I'm trying to do. Oh, baby Jesus. need my spatula. I need to be able to see. Oh, mercy. I tell you what, that darn alcohol is for real. Hold on, guys. I literally had to. Whoa, my eye. When I say on fire, whew, I mean on fire. Well, I just sprayed that alcohol, and I think what happened, some of it, the over spray that falls down or whatever. I think that's probably what got in my eye. But boy, that be real. That's for sure. Okay, that's all the pink. Now we're going to get rid of all this turquoise here. And then we'll get rid of all that white. And this thing holds 10 ounces because it's always held 10 ounces. You know what? I could probably pour that. That will. Oh, it's pouring fast, isn't it? But I don't foresee this sucker holding that 10 ounces. What the mold do? Shrink? This thing has always held 10 ounces. With a little bit of space left over. We're not even going to have enough room to spray alcohol. And I can't even get the other. I don't even think I'm even going to be able to get the other turquoise in here. Because, this sucker, when I say it's domed, it's domed. especially right over here. In fact, it looks like it's about ready to run over. God, I hope not. Because I don't understand why it's not holding 10 ounces. It's always held 10 perfectly. And with being able to spray it. So that makes no sense to why Michelle had that problem a week or so ago. She said the same thing. I thought maybe she measured it wrong or whatever, but yeah, no, two people can't be wrong. So I don't know what happened. Because, I mean, I've always put 10 ounces in here, and she said the same thing, that it's always held 10 ounces. And it has. Them little suckers ain't holding 10 ounces no more. Because it looks like it's about ready to bust over the seams. I mean, granted, I'm getting 10 ounces in there, but it's definitely full. That's for sure. I'm just hoping I'm going to get a little spritz of alcohol to pop the bubbles. Oh, well, you know what? I got a lighter. It's okay. I'll just use my lighter. I keep forgetting about that little small lighter I bought. Welcome back, guys. Okay, it's time for demold. And I'm going to work my way around this thing because it did have a little bit of overpour on it. So, I told y'all it was domed, and it was domed real good. So, I'm going to have a little bit of cleaning up to do, but that's okay. So, I'm just trying to get it released from the resin here. And I can tell that this thing is getting like thinner and thinner every time I pour in it. That's one of the reasons why I haven't poured in it in quite a while. So here I'm just spraying some soapy water. I quit using alcohol too because, I was worried about whether or not it, the alcohol, because when you spray alcohol in your molds, it's gonna mess with your mold. So I didn't want to keep spraying alcohol in it. So I mixed up some soapy water, and that's, of course, that's what I'm using. So, and I'm just sitting here trying to get it down and push down good enough to where I can get it out of the mold without ripping the center portion of that thing, because it's getting really thin, and I'm trying not to rip it. So, and now I will tell you, these things right here, they are super tough when you first get them to demold them, but the more you use them, the easier they are to demold. But and I've used this one a few times, so it's not that it's hard to demold, it's just I'm trying not to rip my mold. So, but it comes out fairly easy. It's just a matter of getting it, to where it'll release from the mold without ripping it. And sometimes it's a struggle. I mean, that's for sure. It's it's not easy. There it goes. So I got the one side popped out, and then I get the other side popped out. But where the two small pieces join together, that's where the center portion is, and it gets real thin. So that's where you got to worry about it ripping. And it's right in that area with the two center pieces, right in that center where those two smaller pieces are. It's right in that center portion. That's what rips. And but luckily I got it out without it ripping this time. So that's a good thing. And hopefully I can use it again without it ripping. I am gonna eventually, like I said, re-pour this, and I will. Um, I'm gonna make another mold. I'm not gonna buy another mold. Those things are just, I'm not paying $17 for a mold that I already have, and that should last a lot longer than what, 3 pours. Yeah, I'm not. I'll just make another one, and it's for myself, so it's not that big of a deal. I can, just pour me another mold. But I've just got some trimming to do on the bottom, not much, and it turned out really pretty. I love the color and how it turned out with that clear. It turned out really, really good. And then right here, I thought it was way worse than what it was, and it's not. I mean, it's like the edges are pulling off really good. And then here I'm just using my deburring tool. Now, I will say the deburring tool is real easy on this thing here, but on some things, it's not so easy. And me and that thing has a love-hate relationship anyway, so it's like, yeah. But it was pretty, the deburring tool is really easy on this, so don't be too intimidated by that thing. There is a learning curve to using it, but I will tell you, if you can get you like a nail file, like they use in the salons, the rotary one, or even the, if you can afford the Let's Resin sander thing that they just came out with, that's what I would go with, because you're going to get smoother edges and better quality edges than you are with this deburring tool, or even a craft knife. So if it's in your budget to get a small nail file, that you can file it, and sand it and all that, that's what I would go with. I wouldn't even waste my money on a deburring tool. A craft knife will work just as well, or even a utility knife, if you can, get one that's, where you, it's to where you, it's affordable enough for you to be able to buy the blades for it. Now, I will tell you, craft knives are very expensive, blades, especially like Cricut brand, you know. But other than that, you can get a utility knife and it does just the same, and the blades are a lot cheaper. So that's what I eventually started going with. I have, a Cricut knife, and that's just strictly for my vinyl and stuff. So, I mean, I have used it on here before, but I quit doing it because it got too expensive replacing the blades. So that's why I say, if you can afford, like some kind of little small handheld sander or something like that, that's your better bet, is to do that, than it is to mess with this deburring tool and all that stuff. So, and I'm still whittling away at the bottom of this thing, and it was still a little bit soft, in places. So, it wasn't completely 100% cured. The longer you leave it to cure, the harder it gets. So, like within 4 hours or 24 hours, it's not fully cured. It's still going to be a little soft. But, within a week to 2 weeks, it's going to be harder. It's going to be
fully and completely cured. So just, keep that in mind. And I will say that the harder it is, sometimes that deburring tool is easy, and sometimes not so easy when the resin is harder. So, but anyway, guys, that is it for this video. And as I always say, be happy, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. And also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and wait till the end of the video for the finishing photos. And I will see you guys in the next one.